to Acres of Abundance. This is a YouTube channel dedicated primarily to just everything home with me. I am a girl who loves just everything about home, whether it's decorating, which is especially one of my favorite things to do, or gardening, or cooking, baking, even cleaning. I know that's weird as that sounds. I love finding new ways to clean my home in a more healthful way and trying out new things with essential oils and things that make our environment a lot better to be in. So really this YouTube channel is dedicated to that. And the reason for the name is because we live here on 11.5 acres in the hills of Tennessee, and we couldn't love it more. It's a beautiful place to call home, and it's really about taking this acreage and making it something great. And we've put in a heck of a lot of DIY in the 4 or 5 years that we've owned this property, and built a home here a couple years ago. You can even hear my husband in the background with the saw. Working on a sunroom project that we just recently added to our home. It was actually an outdoor lanai, and we enclosed it in to make it a sunroom. And so, yeah, we're just constantly doing DIYs around here. I love to garden. A couple years ago, my husband built me a greenhouse and garden, which I absolutely love. It's where I find myself most days, especially in the spring, summer, and fall, because I love being in my garden. And I want to take you along to that, show you just some different tips and tricks I do use in the garden, and hopefully all these things, each video, you can learn a little something with me. I'm by no means any expert in any of it. It's just really trial and error for me. I'm a DIYer, and I love to learn and do a lot of research into doing things myself, and just kind of jumping in with both feet and learning. And I'm just really kind of taking my knowledge and sharing it with you. So if you can pick up something from what I've done or plan to do, that's awesome. But yes, we live here, my husband and I, Rob, with our two sweet boys, Braden, who's 18, and Lakin, who's 12. And we love it here. Like I said, it's just a beautiful property. We have lived pretty much in the suburbs. Well, we have our entire marriage, and with our children, and we lived in Colorado before we moved here to Tennessee. And then when we moved here to Tennessee, we even lived in the suburbs for a bit. But our true heart was finding some property that we could just really take a breath and breathe and feel like we weren't part of kind of the rat race and stuffed into these communities. And so fortunately, it worked out where we got this property. It took us a long time to find it, for sure, but we love it. It's really special to us, and we've had a wild ride to get here, which I'll share with you along the way. Extremely wild ride. Most people, I think they probably would say, forget it, not worth it. But to us, we always had in mind the end result of what it could be, and so we kept sticking with it. And so I'll share that with you as we attempt to go along the process here of learning together. Yeah, so this is it. This is what it's going to be about. I was going to say one other thing, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but that yeah, we do a heck of a lot of projects, and we do a lot of them ourselves, and we hire out some, and yeah, but it's just going to be kind of a fun little get together, maybe at least once a week, if not twice a week, and maybe more. We'll see where it goes. This is just kind of something new for me too. I've never done a YouTube channel before. Frankly, not entirely comfortable in front of the camera, but we're going to see where this goes and have some fun and try and do some fun things along the way. We like to have a lot of fun here in our family. We are pretty corny, quirky We like to joke around a lot, so this isn't going to be one of your serious videos. It's probably going to be, we're going to have a lot of fun, make it fun, yeah, and just like I said, hopefully learn a lot along the way. So to kick off, we'll probably be doing, I think probably just one a week. That's probably manageable for me. I also own my own company, something I started last fall. So I kind of get a little busy with that. My husband is a graphic designer, web designer, social media marketing kind of guy. So when he's not doing DIY and building out sunrooms, he's working on projects. So got to keep that going as well. But yeah, so we get a little busy around here, but yeah, I'm going to try and do this at least once a week and hopefully find some fun, interesting things to share. Yeah, so, and then I was going to get into, the other thing I was going to say is, for me, you know, I don't know if I mentioned that I love to decorate, but that is a huge, huge, huge thing I love. I'm one of those chronic, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of how to describe this, but I love to style homes, and so I'm constantly rethinking spaces and improving, and so kind of to the point where it drives my family nuts. So that's going to be a big part of this channel too, is just kind of looking at spaces and kind of rethinking them. I think over the years I've come from a more, when my husband and I first got married 25 years ago, can you believe it, 25 years ago, I was more of this kind of collector type decorator, which I think was kind of the style back then in 1994, where you just kind of got a bunch of stuff and put it on shelves and it collected dust, and that's kind of where I was back then. Come so far, like literally 180 from there. The decorator I am today is more of a simple, clean, understated, you might say, but I like the more modern vibe of things. That tends to stick with me a little more in my gut of what I like to decorate, how I like to decorate. Pairing that, just a hint of farmhouse. I'm not one of those girls that like to overdo farmhouse, but I like just a little, I just like a little bit of shiplap. We have a little bit of shiplap in our home. And then traditional. I used to work at Pottery Barn, so I definitely like that more clean lines, traditional, that aspect of things, a little bit of rustic. So yeah, if you can slop all those together, that's me. So yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about me, who I am, what makes me tick. But yeah, come along for the ride. Like to have you here, just like and subscribe, and so you get our videos each week. And yeah, welcome to Acres of Abundance.